In this week's Bleach, Zaraki says goodbye to Gremmy.
It's gonna be quite a different place with him gone, that's for true.
Bleach Chapter 579, The Undead 6, starts with Gremmy convincing himself it wasn't his imagination that killed him. He was certain he definitely imagined every last drop of Zaraki's power.
Does this look unsure to you?
No.
Zaraki then shows up as Gremmy bleeds out all over the ground.
'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't.
He tells Zaraki he was wrong as he was able to comprehend his power. What he didn't realize was that only his body was able to contain that power. This isn't news to Zaraki at all.
That's what I was telling you before!
He tries to blame his loss on his body and not his imagination, but he thinks that's just an excuse and his power did fail him. He says it's too bad because he really wanted to win as his body disintegrates.
Ah, what the fuck? What the fuck is this shit?
Out of nowhere, a brain in a jar pops up, confusing us and Zaraki.
What the hell was that?
Gremmy reminds him that he said he would kill him without lifting a finger. Well, apparently his body is just a figment of his imagination, so he stayed true to it despite the fact that he's the one dying.
Boo frickety hoo!
He continues to say that it's about time his power reached his limit, but he promises to imagine a world where there is no imagination.
That doesn't even make any sense!
Gremmy finally disappears, leaving behind the brain for Zaraki.
I'm too stupid to make up my own mind.
The rock arena crumbles and the 11th squad celebrates Zaraki's victory.
Alright! Yeah!
Zaraki observes Gremmy's disappearance, but then starts to cough up blood and says one of his internal organs ruptured and now he's partially deaf.
I see your lips moving, but I can't make out the words. I'm deaf!
He calls out for Yuichiro, but only manages to find her uniform. He tells the squad to search for her, but they don't think it'll do any good.
Shut the fuck up for a second, alright?
They begin their search, but are immediately hit by lightning.
Now who the fuck did that?
It's Bambietta's crew of girls looking ready to fight Zaraki.
Hot stuff coming through.
Not a whole lot happened this chapter, but I wasn't surprised. It was obvious Gremmy was going to get some time to explain how and why he lost. The fact that he could imagine Zaraki's power, but his body couldn't withstand it, still seems like it isn't my preferred conclusion for this fight. I know by the end it was the only way Zaraki could win, I just wish that it hadn't been dragged out so much. Also, the whole brain jar thing was a little weird, and it sucks that there's a good chance we'll never get more insight on it. Since the brain exists, I'm not sure if that means Gremmy is still sort of alive or not. Like I said, I don't even know if we'll get any details on it. It's such a shame that we had to wait 2 weeks for this chapter.
Boo! Boo! Boo, Ben.
Things didn't start to get interesting until the very end. We have no idea where Yuichiro is, and Candace and the other girls show their faces again. I hope some other people show up to fight the girls, because I'd rather not see back-to-back Zaraki fights. The guy is now deaf and bleeding internally, plus he's got to find Yuichiro. He doesn't have any time to be messing around with these four, unless he takes off his eye patch and disposes of all of them quickly. But maybe these chicks are tougher than they look.
Do not fuck with us.
So, I give this chapter a 5 out of 10. Gremmy's farewell was odd, but something might be wrong with Yuichiro, and the Sternbitches are going to show what they can do. For my question of the week, where do you think Yuichiro is? Is she with Asane, or was she killed? The fact that her robes were left on the ground feels very ominous to me. My favorite comments will be featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. That does it for me. Remember to leave your thoughts on the chapter and answer to my question in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more weekly Bleach Chapter reviews. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter or Deviant. Links always in the description. Also, if you missed it last week, here it is again. I posted my top 10 anime openings since there was no Bleach Chapter last week. I think you guys will enjoy it. Alright, I'll be back next week with a 4-on-1 face-off. Peace.